All right, the Reds, talking Reds. You got worried there, weren't you, that we weren't doing them anymore? We didn't do one yesterday. We didn't do one yesterday because we were having a big corporate team day. That sounds very The Office, doesn't it? We all kicked back and went shoot and come up with ideas and that, didn't we?
Connectivity.
Yeah, all that. No, it was good. We were just coming up with ideas because, you know, we're going to win the league, aren't we? Which is nice. And so we were like, well, what good things can we do around winning the league? So we were working all that out. Video, podcast, written stuff, parties, you know, all that kind of gear. It was good. It was nice. It was nice to all do that because we're always all running around mad and we're hardly ever all in one room, but we were yesterday. But yeah, we're going to talk about the Reds. But before we talk about the Reds, I'm going to say it right at the top because we didn't do this on Monday because I was in Cork because we did a little mini tour of Ireland, which is boss. And as a present, look, I got this. I don't know if you can see it. So a lad brought me this. So it says on the back, Cork, the home of Barry's tea, which if you watch regularly, you'll know that that's my favourite tea. And then on the front it's got, get in! Me being a dickhead on post-match pint. And that was from at Stevie DLFC.
Yeah.
And it was sound, and even provided some tea bags.
Oh my God, it's like, you know, like when you're trying to protect someone from being broken, like bubble wrap, he's packed it up with tea bags. Do you know what?
Honestly,
that's what I'm doing from now on.
It's dead nice. And look, people in general are dead nice to us about what we do, and that is dead nice as well. So that's good. It's good to be good. It's nice to be nice. Okay, today there are... Oh no, Luke, that's what I was going to say. Yeah. Luke, because we didn't do it on Monday because it was in Cork. Luke, these fellas, you may have seen them. Loads of footy fans, basically, including the Luke Roper fella himself, who's a Villa fan. They obviously started a business, making clothes, doing well. And we've decided to link up with them because we like them and they like us, and that's how these things work, isn't it? So we can offer you a 15% discount on full price clobber from Luke. They just brought out a new range as well, so check that out. The link is in the description. If you use the code TAW15 on the checkout, you get 15% off. If you go to our subscriber group on Facebook and join up, if you're not in there already, you can find a post in there from me where you can get 20% off, but you know, you'd have to be a subscriber and that. So yeah, have a look at the stuff. As I say, some new stuff on there as well, more stuff to come from them, and hopefully this is going to be a good partnership between us and stuff like that. So if you like the stuff, use the code, you're helping us, we're helping them. And again, it's nice to be nice, isn't it? It is, yeah. Loads of transfer rumours today, which I thought was funny, because, you know, like the window's shut.
There's been loads in the last
That's
week.
What I mean. It's like, you know, the window's shut now, so it's like we can go mad.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So today's gossip column on the BBC, which I still love, one of the most read pages on the BBC website. I'm sure you know that little factoid. But yeah, today it's saying that Bild, the German paper, are saying that Timo Werner, who's regularly... So Werner, soz. He's regularly been linked to Liverpool. Obviously, Jurgen Klopp is pretty much known to be a fan. Apparently, there's a release clause of 60 million euros, which is about 50 million quid, thereabouts. And James Pearce has said we're more likely to go for him than Sancho, who we've also been linked with again, although he's likely to cost around 100 million quid, which, you know, Liverpool have probably got. Yeah. We've also been linked to Aaron Ramsey this morning as well, who apparently isn't loving it.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, we were linked with him. Yeah, we were linked with him before he actually left. I remember that. And to be fair, I can kind of see that he would be like a Kloppish type player. I mean, what I think about all of these rumours, really, I mean, you know, Werner and Sancho are both exciting ones, and you'd have either of them, wouldn't you? Let's be honest. But I think it's funny as well, like you wonder about the source of these things, and I think we're going to have loads of this from here on in because everyone will want to join Liverpool now. You know, we are top of the tree. We are the best team in Europe right now, best team in the world. We may well go and defend our Champions League title as well as win the Premier League. We could win the FA Cup. You know, like, why wouldn't you want to come and play for Klopp? He's improved players. You know, like his coaching pedigree, if you like, is on display clearly. There's ambition around the club. They talked about the Annie Road yesterday and all that, and making it 60 odd that. You know, like everything seems to be a good story around Liverpool. So, you know, if you were these players, you'd be going to your agents. Yeah, any hopes?
Yeah, I think half of this is like probably caused by agent rumours as well, which is fine. It's how people push for the move. It was like, I think one pundit maybe mentioned once, I remember Harry Kane might be looking at a team like Real Madrid, then all of a sudden it was all over the papers, and it's like, this is what happens sometimes when players are pushing for the move. And I was thinking about this today, I was thinking about this morning, about people would say the likes of Sancho, who costs, they're saying about 100 to 120 million because again with the rumour, I think Man United are in for him apparently. You've got Timo Werner looking at like 60 million, which I think is a little bit more realistic. And at first everyone's saying, oh, they won't get in the front three. Well, they will at some point because Liverpool played that many games that he has to rotate. So whether it's in the Champions League, the League, the FA Cup, League Cup, even if it's just to get him like bedded into the squad, if we go and win the European Cup again, we've got to go and do the Super Cup and the World Cup, anything like that, there's games to be played. Also, what's coming up, is it next year? The African Cup of Nations?
Yeah.
So
Olympics as well.
There's the Olympics, which we'll come on to talk about in part 2. But there's going to be there's gaps next season where these players can come in, and I loved Divock Origi. He's a cult hero, but we do need someone who's a bit of a standard above him to start more regularly for when one of the front three can't. And I think you've got to be Timo Werner looking at this team going, well, I'm going to get an opportunity if you're Timo Werner, I'm going to get an opportunity to play when Salah and Mane go to AFCON. There's a lot of competitions. I'll get my foot in. And then you're looking at their ages. If you're Timo Werner and you're looking at Mane and Salah going, well, Mane's nearly 30 and Salah's like, 29? They might want to move on. I'm not saying they will, but I'm thinking if you're him, they might be thinking that for the last couple of years. They might want to go elsewhere, go and try a different league. I don't know. I'm trying to think from his point of view. There's so much reason to come to Liverpool, which isn't just for success to sit on a bench, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, when Sturridge was there, like Sturridge's career at Liverpool was done. Everyone was saying so, and it was just a matter of when he left. And I'm pretty sure, like that, in his last season, he played in about 25 games.
Yeah, maybe only a couple of minutes, but he did play.
And that was a lad who, like, oh, he's definitely going, he's gone, and all that. And he made some talent contributions at times as well. So there is places there, and as you say, like Divock's a certain type of player, isn't he? And he doesn't always fit. These are different types of players. Obviously Sancho as well is really young and will be looking to develop. And as I say, Liverpool
got the best man manager in the world, haven't you?
Okay, well, on our video subscription, or if you choose both, we've got a show called Bedding In. Basically, this was Neil's idea. We all go to the pub. Surprise. No, we all go to the pub and talk footy, and it's good, it works, and people like it. We've been getting some really good feedback on it lately. So here's a clip from Bedding In, basically a load of really opinionated people getting really angry about football topics. Here's a clip of it.
Punditry's mad though, isn't it? Like, I mean, obviously there's been like...
All right, don't pull the house of cards down.
No, what I was going to say was...
This is your business.
No, but I was going to say, like, obviously, like, there's been, like, obvious mistakes from certain individuals. Won't get into that for obvious reasons, but, like, where you've gone, oh, fuck, well, you shouldn't have said that, and you're definitely not getting more work, and then they disappear. But there's loads of them kicking about, and you watch loads of them, don't you, and go, like, you don't want to throw any pro you've ever played with under the bus, so you don't really say anything out of it, of interest. Then you've got Roy Keane at the other end of the spectrum who just fucking volleys everyone.
Hates everyone, even if he's best mates.
Keeps getting invited back. And keeps getting invited back. And I don't know, it's just a weird game, isn't it? Like, who do you think's actually being true to themselves and not putting on a little bit of a broadcast act, you know?
Well, because I've thought about this before, especially being involved in stuff like this. Like, how many of them are any good? Like, how many of them are interesting to watch? Like, and how much better would it be if they just had, like...
You're talking about the Anfield rap here, mate. If anyone's watching, just let's be clear.
Mainstream media.
What's the proper ones on the telly?
Mainstream media. Well, I was about to say, I think it would be well better TV punditry if they just kept the best of the pundits who actually say stuff that the fans want to hear. And then I'd just sat, like, other people on. Journalists, punters, fans, who can speak, who have shown already that people like listening to them.
Have you seen on Sky? I've seen on Sky lately. They've been putting a camera on the gantry with Neville and Carragher.
Yeah, it's quite good. It's
absolutely brilliant. And I love watching. I find Neville fascinating because he's
when Martial missed and he like swats the thing and then he switched.
He's clearly very, very articulate.
I've always said he hasn't got ice in his veins and he can't finish.
And you see
a minute ago you go, fuck off.
And when he scored, he's like, he's absolutely no lunatic. And then he calms himself down and gets his voice ready. It's really, really fascinating.
I loved on that, and it's completely apropos nothing. Carragher's little after all Alan scored was one of the best things I've seen in my life. Honestly, never. Because he knows he's being watched. He knows he's...
So that is bedding in, one of the videos that we do, and a popular one at that. We also do video interviews. We preview and review every show on video as well. There's a stats show, and there's loads of other good ideas floating about. We're open to do some documentaries as well. Obviously, we will be documenting the actual league victory. So if you're not getting onto the Anfield Apps videos, try them out. It is £7 for just the video, £7 for just the podcast, or a tenner for the absolute lot. And if you download the app, you can get some free tokens and you can have a go of all the premium content for nothing. And you can have a bit of a look, you can have a bit of a browse, see what you like, or see whether you think it's a load of shite. Hopefully you don't think that.
Please not.
Okay, Mo Salah, there's lots of talk about Mo Salah playing in the Olympics. His agent put something out on Twitter basically saying it's not sorted yet, and then there was something more this morning sort of saying it's up to Salah, it's up to the club. Salah has provisionally been picked in a very big sort of 50-man squad, I think it is. And so there is the possibility that he goes, and there is the possibility that he misses the start of next season. What are your thoughts on this?
So, I've already spoken about this morning on it, Radio City Talk, and the more I think about it, the more I think he will want to go, and I actually think he's well within his rights to go. Yeah. And I think what Klopp has done for this club, the philosophy he's created, the togetherness, I think that basically he can't stop. Excuse me. He can't stop him from going. I think it'd be more detrimental for him to stop Salah from going away.
I think to be happy, don't you?
The thing is, right, it's a lot of football, we know that, but obviously he's going to have a bit of a break. I think it's just a bit annoying because it'll probably overlap at the start of the season, then he's going to be going to AFCON. I think that's, if it wasn't the year of if AFCON wasn't when it was, it probably wouldn't be as much of an issue. But I think Mo Salah's never going to get the opportunity to win a World Cup with Egypt. I just think it's absolutely, utterly slim chances. So the next best thing he can do is win the African Cup of Nations with Egypt and get a gold medal for Egypt. Like to say, imagine, right, he can say, I've won the Premier League, won the Champions League, maybe more, Club World Cup, maybe he's won 2 Premier Leagues or 2 Champions Leagues or whatever, and he goes, oh yeah, and I won the African Cup of Nations and I've got a gold medal. It's great, and I think for someone like him, for a team like Egypt, and I mean this in no disrespect, they're probably quite far away from winning the World Cup because they have one superstar and the rest of the players aren't as good. So this is the ultimate show of representation for them. It's for him to be on the world stage for Egypt and represent his country, which he loves doing.
Yeah, he loves his country and they love him as well. I mean, I'm sure there's other people watching who've been to Egypt, and it is absolutely wild. Like, if you wear anything that says Liverpool or hints at Liverpool, or they get onto that you're from Liverpool, they're like, Mo Salah. I'm like, you would be, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, Egypt's fantastic, what I saw of it. And the people were dead sound as well. And
you were in Qatar, weren't you, when there was all that, the massive, when they announced them?
Unbelievable. Yeah, it was like, you had all these teams there from all over the world. You had Liverpool full of stars, and basically the fellas saying over the PA, who's come to see Mo Salah, and everyone's like, yay! And it was like, he's an absolute icon. He was on the front of Time magazine and all that. Yeah. And so, this is, I agree with you, it's something he'll want to play in. And I think, like they're saying, it's sort of up to the club. I think the club will be fine with it. They just have to build it in terms of managing his fitness and his preparation and all that. It's maybe not ideal in terms of, he won't prepare with his teammates at a certain time, a fairly crucial time. But equally though, he's bedded in, isn't he? He's at the club. He's got the understanding with the players. He knows how Klopp manages by now. So, I mean, it's a talking point right now. It's a thing in the news. I'm not overly concerned with it. I think he's got to go and represent his country, enjoy himself, and we've got to cop for it and, put Timo, Werner.
I was just going to say,
or whatever.
It goes back to that conversation we had in the first part. It's like,
still can't say his name.
It's Timo Werner.
Timo Werner.
There we go.
Got it.
It just goes back to that like, it is. It looks like all the rumours are starting, and honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if we do get another front three style player that comes in. And like I say, there's going to be a period there at the start of the season where Salah's not going to be there, because I think if Salah wants to go, he'll be going. I think Jurgen Klopp knows he can't stop him. I think when it says it's down to the club, I think it's not. I think it's down to Salah and what he wants, basically. Yeah. And he will have to have a break, because otherwise he'll be doing what? Premier League, Olympics, Premier League, AFCON,
Goes back to the
back
schedule.
to the Premier League.
doesn't
Do you know what I mean? It's too much football. And what I will say is, I think he'll agree to it. And if he does agree to it, do you know what that just says to me? That Mo Salah is a man that loves playing football. Like, we all talk about, give Salah a rest, give Mane a rest, because we think from our armchairs or from the stand that we know what's best and that they're tired. But I think they genuinely want to play. So you're not telling me when we're going, Salah won't want to play against Shrewsbury, and he comes on and he's trying to, dig out and win us the game.
During this break, he's been having a game of rugby, hasn't he?
Has he?
Have you not seen that
No,
clip?
has he?
There's a clip. How have you not seen this?
No, I haven't. I've been living in a hole.
There's a clip from, there's a fella who plays for Salford Red Devils who's basically got Salah's barnet. But also sort of Salah's mannerisms, like the way he looks over his shoulder when he's running and stuff. And he's like sprinting away, getting this try, and like everyone's been sharing it, going, look at Mo Salah there. And the fella's like onto it now, and apparently he supports Man U, and he's not that happy. He's getting shared among Liverpool fans, but it's pretty funny to be fair. Quick question then from yesterday. Every day we ask you for a question. Post it in the comments. We read them all, and we'll ask one tomorrow. The one from yesterday, or the other day because we missed yesterday, was thoughts on the rumour of Adrian going back to Spain. Come on, Stevie, he's fucking boss.
Yeah,
I hope not.
I hope not as well, but if he's being offered first team football, he's in the twilight years of his career, I suppose, isn't he? How old is he now?
Not sure.
Late 30s, mid 30s? Actually, is he not that old?
I don't think he's that old.
But I think if he's being offered first team football, it's different for a goalie. I think
he could have had that though, and he chose to come to Liverpool. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
he's ended up sleeping with the Super Cup.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and the thing is, he'll get the FA Cup, won't he? He'll be given Chelsea, and he knows. It's hard to. I think it's hard. It's hard for keepers to be number 2 keeper, and I think when Adrian is actually a bloody good keeper, like he's a good keeper, and I think it's great for us being selfish, and if he's happy to be a number 2 keeper, then that's great. But he might be thinking, you know what, like, I had a great season, I've lived out my dreams, I'm going to win a Premier League, I've won the Super Cup where I played in it, I've won the Club World Cup and I necessarily didn't play in it. He might win the Champions League again. Hopefully he wins the FA Cup and he can say that's his. If he is only here for the year, what a season for the fella. I think he'll do one more season with us at least.
Stay, lad.
I just think, like I said, it goes back to all the games. Like, because we're so good, it's going to be the same again next year. Let's make no bones about it. The fixtures are going to be ridiculous. There's going to be a period where there's loads of games. We have no idea what could happen. We didn't think Alisson was gonna be injured for the first 8 to 10 games, and we also didn't think he was going to get himself sent off before the derby. Do you know what I mean? And but none of us were like, it wasn't the Mignolet feeling.
No.
It wasn't that
That's what
it's
he's
Mignolet in goal.
brought.
It was like, it's Adrian. Like, we were all like, it wasn't even a thing. We didn't even think about it, and I think we've missed that terribly. So I hope he stays, and he seems like a really, really, really boss fella.
He does seem dead sound. That's why I like him. I just like him. I like the way he's always got a smile on his face. Seems great in interviews.
He's into it as well, and he loves it.
Stay, lad. Stay.
Please stay.
Last thing, we are going to the USA and we're doing a show in Toronto as well in March in the international break. The tickets for that are on sale now. theanfieldwrap.com/TAW live. So get on that, come down. We had a great time in Ireland. If you came to the shows in Ireland, thanks very much. Thanks very much for being so hospitable, making us feel welcome. We hope you enjoyed the shows back the other way. It seemed that way, and yeah.
He wants another present, that's what it is.
I love getting prezzies as always, boss. Who doesn't like getting a prezzie? That has been Talking Reds on the Anfield app. More tomorrow. Up the fucking Reds.